A huge honor to have Rabbi Yechezkel Galandauer. He's a mashgiach here of Yeshivat Mikdash Melech, Sephardi Yeshiva here in Jerusalem, to share an amazing message for us. A huge honor for us.
I thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. A quick idea. Unfortunately, there's a sad story that with the Divrei Shmuel, he was the son of a Rebbe, and this happened quite a few years ago, in the mid-1900s. There was a boy in his yeshiva, the Divrei Shmuel's yeshiva. And unfortunately, he wasn't showing, he wasn't participating, he wasn't coming. Even when he tried, he didn't really feel any progress. And it didn't seem that he had too much potential and too much of a bright future in the yeshiva world. And eventually, unfortunately, he left the yeshiva. And unfortunately, he threw it all away. He threw off his kippah, he threw off his tzitzit, and he left Judaism. And he went out to work. And if we fast forward, many years later, the Rebbe, the son of the Rebbe, was on a train. And on that train was the student. And the student recognized his old rabbi, and he came over to him and he introduced, and he was boasting and showing off how successful he was. And in those days, he had built such an empire that he was worth 2 million rubles. And in the 1900s, 2 million rubles is multi-millionaire. He was extremely successful. He was boasting all his accomplishments and everything he did. And when the Rebbe heard that, he burst out crying. He was crying and crying, and the boy didn't understand why. And the Rebbe turned to him and says, "Boy, was I wrong about you?" And the Rebbe explained, when you were in yeshiva, unfortunately, we looked at you as someone who, we didn't really think that much would come out. We didn't really see the potential. But now that I see what you're capable of doing, if the Yetzer Hara is willing to grant you so much success and give you 2 million rubles, he's willing to pay you that to close the Gemara and to not to get you to make brachot and to not to make you to do mitzvot. And that means just how much your brachas are worth, just how much your Torah is worth, what you're really capable of. And I didn't see that in you, and that's my fault. And that's why he burst out crying. He failed to see the potential in his Talmud, because if he'd seen it, he would have put in so much more effort. And what a message. One of the, we know that Elul it's the name of the month, Elul, Aleph, Lamed, Vav, Lamed. Those letters stand for so many acronyms. But one of the acronyms the rabbis revealed to us is that there's a bracha we say every day after you go to the bathroom. The person goes to the bathroom, comes out, there's a bracha called Asher Yatzar. And we thank Hashem for all the movement and the bowels and everything we're able to do, and we appreciate it. But over there, at the end, there's a few words. And it says, Efshar, if something were to happen inside, if something were to burst, or be stopped up, as we know, Efshar, the Yitkayim, would be impossible to exist, and to stand before you. So the Bali Musa point out that you take away the word E. Forget the word E, it means Efshar, it's impossible to stand before you. But if you look at the rest of the words, Efshar, that begins with an Aleph. Lihitkayim, that's the Lamed. The La'amod, that's the Vav. The Fanecha, that's the Rosh, it's Rosh Hashanah, that's an acronym that spells Elul for this time period of the year. Which means everyone has to internalize and realize and reiterate to themselves, Efshar Lihitkayim, it's possible to exist and to stand before you. So many times we're under the pressure, why bother trying? I tried, I failed, I can't, we don't believe in ourselves, and it stops us from advancing and progressing forward. We just don't think we can do it. But the truth is, Allah teaches you, Efshar, you can. You drop the E, forget the past. It doesn't matter how many times you try it. It doesn't matter what's weighing and boggling you down. A person has to understand, as we approach these unbelievable days, that a person has so much potential, so deep. Sometimes even the rabbis miss it. But it's there. God don't create no junk. Everyone is worth something. And if we just believed in ourselves, we can bring out tremendous strengths and opportunities that we've never even dreamed possible of. And wishing everyone a Chag Sameach and a Ksiva Torah.
Amen.